Hi everyone, I'm Ellie Goulding and you're watching Televisionette. Halcyon kind of began a couple of years ago when I was, things were like toning down, like slowing down with lights. I just had a feeling it was the right time to start making a new record, and started writing, and I went back to a couple of the people that I'd written with the old album. I wrote some songs that I knew just wouldn't be on the album because I didn't suit what my vision was. But then when I met Jim Eliot out in the countryside in the middle of nowhere, I knew that he was going to be the one that was going to make a bulk of the record. But I wrote a lot of the lyrics out in Ireland by the sea. Wrote a lot of the lyrics there, and thus the title Halcyon. It's the kingfisher, and it lives by the sea, and you know it brings kind of calm and hope, yeah. So I thought it was a good title for the record. I think just like that song encapsulates basically myself and Jim and how excited we were when we started working together, and so it's got lots of different things in it, a lot of Jim's favourite sounds and mine, and you know, real like sort of combination of that, and to us it just sounded like a sort of revelation, or like a, you know, something very exciting. So I figured that it made sense to release that as the first thing, the first new Ellie Goulding thing.
But now I've seen it through, and now I know the truth, that anything could happen, anything could happen.
It's kind of an idea. It's like myself and Floria, the director, came up with this crazy idea. Well, she came up with it, and then I kind of said what I wanted, and like the nosebleeder and everything. I wanted there to be something a little bit shocking, like take people out of their comfort zone a bit, but it's still a beautiful video. It's still like really beautiful, but like has a strong, powerful kind of message that like make the most out of everything. And also, you know, I'm obsessed with like stories like Thelma and Louise and Romeo and Juliet, and sort of like, you know, tragedies, and so yeah, that was part of the inspiration behind it. I guess my lyrics are just really important to me. I never want them to be too alien and complicated, but then I never, you know, I want them to have a meaning always. So it's like it's always, you know, finding the right kind of balance in my songs of surreal stuff and then very real stuff that's very universal and relatable. So for me, it's always finding that balance within my tracks. Yeah. I'm very inspired by where I grew up in the countryside. I miss it a lot. I don't think I'll ever really be a city girl. And a lot of my writing is inspired by the country. I think that my record, I think that Halcyon would not sound like, I think that my record would not sound the way it does if I hadn't been in the countryside. It's got something more warm and more kind of adventurous about it, yeah. I suppose I've always had a very strong affinity with electronic music since I was very young, but then also, you know, I absolutely love I love folk music and I suppose kind of rock music. So I knew that this record was going to sound more live, or sound bigger and more powerful. But I knew that it was going to end up having a lot of electronic elements in it as well, because I don't think my love of electronic music will ever die, you know. So. I think it's not just that, but also my love of like manipulating my voice, and you know, I've always been inspired by people who play around with their voice and make it sound like it's otherworldly and it's not human. So that's why my voice is, there's samples of it all over the place and chopping up and reversing, and I love that stuff.
But something tells me I'm not alone. But lovers hold on to everything.
When you look at shows, when I look down in the audience, everyone has their phone, and it's like no one's just enjoying, you know, with their arms up, and it is very different. But you know, it also means that the relationship between artists and fans is different. It's a bit deeper, and you can communicate with fans more easily, and they can communicate with you. And you know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe because there are so many stars that are put up on a pedestal, and fans can never be on the same level or relate to them in any way. And now you can, you know, you can be on a similar level with like social networking and stuff. I feel like you're that little bit closer to, you know, your idol or whatever. So I think it's probably a good thing. But also I do miss like the old stuff, like the mystery, yeah.
And lovers hold on to everything. I chase all over and I feel like I need you more than I can take.
I can't wait to actually be on a proper tour again, because it's so cool. It's so cool being able to perform your songs to real fans and people who are listening to music for such a long time, and fans from the very beginning, and they've seen me grow and evolve, and I think that's probably the best thing, being able to like make people happy. That's good.